that because of that, I got to try some whiskey on the way home, which was great because free whiskey is always good. With that, I still haven't made a new intro, so greetings. My name is Brian. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. Once more, we are here to celebrate the Advent calendar. And also, it's a normal? What's that? Friday night stream, which I do occasionally. I'm trying to do them more regularly. We're getting there. We have people in chats, and I don't have the thing where the thing should be, so let's fix that. I see peoples. High five. 5 fingers, high five, boom. Sugar kitty meow. Who else? I saw some other faces. Faces? Names. Mike Franklin, good evening. I sent you a message on Patreon. Ignore it. Everything's good. Bourbon's bourbon. Yes, the mustache is particularly epic today. It's behaving, almost. Someday I'll know how to make it so it never is doing weird stuff. Today, I just got lucky, I think. With that, let's have some background music. If I can find where the background music is. Where is the background? There it is. I really do need to find some holiday background music, but that requires a little more planning and forethought, which I don't do very well. That wasn't obvious. Halfway through a song there. Alright. Hopefully you can hear that. Don't know? Let me know. Helps to know what the hell's happening on your end, because I can't tell. Today's day 2. What do I need to say? Rules that have changed in my world here. I will, again, be doing this blind. I don't know what it is. I haven't even opened Discord today. That's where I find the info. That's how this Advent calendar was procured. No, there's a different word I wanted to use there. Come to me later. Point is, I won't know until I open that, and I won't do that until later. Don't worry. So again, I don't know what this is, and what I wanted to say is that I will update the stream for what the whiskey I had was the day after, I hope. So here's the thing, if you're going to be here for all 25 days, and you see that the day before, I have not updated the whiskey that I drank, let me know, and then I can change that, because I don't want to. I realized I was told I accidentally spoiled something for a person. Didn't mean to. I just updated the name of what I had, and I think they had the same thing, and they saw it by accident. Again, just to avoid that ever happening again, I will be updating the name of what I had, distillery, whatever it happens to be, the day after. So the day before I do. So let's say this, whatever it is, I will type in the name for this stream tomorrow before I start day 3. Cool? Cool. That's the only solution I can come to. You have 24 hours from now to drink your damn whiskey. And of course, I can't control everything. So here we go, day 2. Pouring it into a Garrison Brothers glass today, because I haven't put the dishes away yet. I certainly don't mind. Oof. Wow. I don't mind using any kind of glassware, almost. Well, Glencairns are my default, clearly. But it's just logos, man. It gets me paranoid for some reason. I'm one of those. Like, if I'm having Garrison Brothers, then I feel like I should put Garrison Brothers in it. And if you are Garrison Brothers, this is going to be a very weird night. And the only reason I say that is because I'm looking at the color of this. Maybe it's just because it's not in the direct lighting, but what the hell? That is beautiful. I've talked about it on numerous videos I've done. I really like it when it's this dark mahogany-ish color. I believe I call it a cherry wood on one of my recent videos, but that was a little lighter than this. But this is almost, like, look at that. It's making me think of Texas whiskey. Again, it's a Texas whiskey glass. I'm probably just being influenced by that, but you don't usually see too many bourbons. Again, just assuming it's a bourbon. I was bamboozled yesterday, if you weren't here. It was not Oh, day 2. You're gonna do that every day? Because if so, yes, but also, thank you. Day 2, every day holds a mystery. Yes, it's lovely. It's lovely having a little mystery in your life. I'm a constant mystery to myself, really. But as you can tell, the color on this looks great. The legs are moving pretty damn slow, so once again, we're thinking it's a higher proof. Yesterday's guess was 50-something, or at least 50. I was wrong. It was 61% yesterday. Today, I wouldn't be surprised if it was in that category range again. But as I said, legs just tell you alcohol content, and even then, it's a guessing game. But honestly, I just like looking at it. It's like looking at the rain on the window, just trailing down. Let us begin with the nose, shall we? Shall we? Let me know what you're drinking tonight, if anything, whatever it is. Water, tea, whiskey, bourbon, scotch, brandy, I don't know. Anything you are drinking, I would like to know, because I don't like to drink alone. It's not as much fun. We like to drink with other people, therefore we do not have a problem. Other than that, we have too much whiskey. So, cheers to all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in at this hour again. My normal slot time will be 7 p.m. because 7, if you know, you know. And that will fluctuate this month. Again, I'm doing a stream every day till the 25th is the last one I have here, I think. It's 24. Maybe it's 24. Hold on. No, I'm not sure. Nope, it's 25. 25 days of this, folks. Sorry. I'm not sorry. But I'm looking forward to this. Let us begin. What is that? Agnazy, hello, welcome. Rar. Yo booty. You booty? Are we calling you booty now, Zen? Zen bood? Zen booty? Oh my god, please. This is musty, whatever this is. I swear if this is a Scotch, they used a lot of food coloring. It doesn't smell like a Scotch, but I'm not quite certain it's a bourbon. It's very oak forward, but there's a musty note, which is perplexing. If this is another malt, it's heavy oak. It's got the dried leaves smell. Wet dried leaves, which doesn't make sense when I say it like that. But it does make sense, because plenty of people have seen that nice in-between of autumn and winter, where autumn leaves are on the ground, and they're all wet. It's making me think of that, it seems. Don't live in it too long. I got bamboozled yesterday, and now I'm just like, I don't know what anything is in anymore. If you're wondering, if you weren't here yesterday, where were you? But it was a malt, an American single malt from yesterday. And it was tasty, and I didn't say it on the stream, and I only realized it afterwards because I watched the Whiskey Vault video, which thankfully, at least for the first one, has been posted as well as on the Discords. When I looked it up, or saw it, it said pale ale, pale malt, pale something. And I didn't realize it till, of course, after I turned the stream off and after I'd watched their video. They talked about it having an IPA note. And as soon as they said that, I went, that was the familiar thing. I'm not a huge fan of IPAs. There's a limit. I like IPAs that are kind of, chill. And I don't mind that. But it's not what I'm looking for. However, of course, that was only in hindsight, but it was like, how did I not? It was a very familiar nose and palate. More on the palate than the nose, really. 2022 Pappy Van Winkle 23, jeez. Horrible day, yes, obviously, Bourbon. I feel so bad for you. Where's mine? No. I don't even remember if I've had Pappies. I think I have. My instincts is telling me that I had something along that line when the Lakes sent me a flight of some sort. On a good note here, this is making me thirsty. Everything here is going. Give it. There is a sweetness to it. So again, I'm leaning into a possible bourbon, but now I have to consider malts. American malts are in there. One thing I've had a problem with is trying to pin down corn sweetness. I just get sweet. And this one seems to have a vanilla sweetness. And the nose is intriguing. Like it's not giving me what I would think about as a bourbon, so this nostril does not want to work today. Counterfeit? No, I'm sure that was the original stuff. Also, please check out my Instagram. I got to try a store pick, a nice little store that I went to, and oh my god, when I go there, I shouldn't go there because I don't have the wallet for it. I see stuff like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof on the shelf. I see Elijah Craig 18-year up on the shelf. I see Weller 12 up on the shelf. Way up on the shelf, but I see those things and I'm like, point is, I stopped in to get some kind of beer stuff. I think I didn't get beer. I got cider instead. Looking forward to trying that after the stream. But I walked in the door. There was a guy. He's like, "Hey, this store did a Knob Creek pick. You want to try some?" And I said, "Yes, absolutely. 120 proof. Delicious." They named their pick Sugar Cookie. So I was tempted. Of course, I was like, "Man, I would love to, but..." And $65, which I don't have on me right now. But that's a good deal for a Knob Creek single barrel pick, 120 proof, $65. Yeah, I mean, if I could, yeah, but not in the cards right now. I don't have that many Knob Creeks on my shelf anyway. I think I only have 2. I can think of a Knob Creek pick by It's Bourbonite, and that is a very special one because that's the one they did for their wedding. And then the second one that comes to mind, I think I have a Cappy's barrel pick. That was another 120 proof. That's just been up there because. Oof. Very scotchy to me. Yes, Hangin' Izzy. That's where I was really confused because not only was it an American single malt, it was made from a pale malt. Is what the blend was, like their mash bill, I think, was their pale malt blend. And does that mean IPA? I'm not sure, but as soon as they said that on the Whiskey Vault video I watched, it was like, yes, that was wild. I did putting in hops to a whiskey. No wonder I was confused, and that's why it was so spicy. It was like spices the whole time. ECBP C922 for under 80. I didn't check the price tag on the one they had. I looked at it and saw it and went, no, don't look at it. Don't look at the price. Walk away. You need to leave. Because the last thing I would have wanted to do to the guy who was handing out samples, and he gave me a double. He didn't have to do that, but he did. Because I talked about why I was there. As I said, I had to drive Papa KillCo back home after his chemotherapy. No one wants to hear that kind of news, so he gave me another, hefty amount. So I've had a little extra whiskey today, which is great. It was not planned. I'm very happy about that. Turned into a better situation after having to push the stream back and drive and all that. But lucky me. I might go back for it at some point. Again, his name was Chuck. He was a very, very nice gentleman. I gave him a card and everything. So that was nice. It was nice to be like, yes, you're giving me whiskey. By the way, just so you know who you're speaking with. I didn't say that, obviously, but it always feels weird when someone's like, would you like to try whiskey? And I go, yes. This is why. And I think also, as Zenwood said, I think I saw the Elijah Craig. I know I saw the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C922 on the shelf, but I didn't look at the price. I didn't want to see the price. But it was another mom and pop shop I go to fairly on and offish. Just seeing the Weller 12 sitting up on their upper shelf there, the top shelf. I was like, I can't even see the price tag, and I don't want to. Hang Nazi, I know that feeling. I have tried to pull back as much as I can, but then it's Bourbon Night decides to put out another barrel pick, and I go, what the hell? And they have two more I'm waiting for. Maker's Mark and Four Roses. They actually just did a really big one, a really expensive one. That was not even, like, I saw the price tag. I'm not after that kind of bottle. I forget what it was, but it was like $200-something for one bottle. No. Speak of the devil, Dad, I thought you'd be asleep. Pop KillCo, cheers. Glad you got home safely. Thankfully, I was driving the last bit of it. Pop KillCo had a Grand Theft Auto-like experience driving up there, I think. The lady who was kind enough to actually drive him there and back for the most part was had a stick shift. Good times. Ugh. The nose on this is wild. As I said, it's more oak forward than sweet. That is what I remember, Sugar Kitty. I believe I still have the C920 is behind me. It's almost empty, I'm sure. And then I think I have a C921. How I ended up with those specifically, I don't remember. But I'm glad to have them. And I still have the... Oh, I still have to open that. I have a Irene Tan Elijah Craig pick she did last year. Two of them, which I have not opened yet. And she's going to have another one soon. So there's, again, another problem I have is Irene Tan's store is not far away. And she has lots of barrel picks. So I think my latest problem, or what has become a problem, is that I'm leaning into whiskey tube picks because I know them and I know their palates and I know, I definitely want to try what they pick. And then Irene Tan's store being an hour away, those are the special type of bottles I'm leaning into. I'm not leaning into the special grandiose releases of so much. Like the recent one I did, the Makers, was probably one of the only ones I've done recently. That was specifically, like a big release, people are looking for it, people probably want it. And I believe I saw a Maker's Mark bottle. It wasn't the BRT, it was the other one, the one before. So the one they did before the BRT-01 and BRT-02, and I don't remember what it was called. But I saw it on the shelf at this store I went to as well, so bah. Hey, Nazi, yes you do. But the pick that she did last year was gone within 24 hours. It was gone. And I know she's doing another one soon, so keep your eyes open is the only thing I can say. Old Scout pick tonight. Feeling the MGP. Good stuff. Alright, I'm going to have a sip. Again, this nose is perplexing, but intriguing. Alright, we're correct in the higher proof area, I think. My initial experience with that was like, it's like, why do I feel like I just drank mulch? That was weird. I did have a Knob Creek earlier, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. This was well over an hour ago, so I'd like to think my palate has been cleansed. I did drink water. Oh, my finger. That's what it was. That's right. ADHD's recommendation. Zenbud, you should get more of what he recommends and then give it to me. Don't. But that is a funny, what's the word? What's the word that Aquavita uses? You know what I'm talking about. Where happenstance almost, where you try, you're like, nope, I know a guy who might like this though. And yes, I do like Elijah Craig's C920, as you can't tell, actually. I forgot. But behind my Maker's Mark, how many bottles of Maker's Mark do I have? There's a bunch of Elijah Craig behind my Maker's Mark, is what I'm trying to say. Alright. I feel like this is a higher proof. Again, that color is just mind-boggling. And I can't say this is a bourbon anymore because I had to sip and it went, what? Did not do what I expected. I'm going to have a sip of this, hold up my palate as I do. Even though I wasn't really a fan of that. Serendipity, that's right, thank you. What is that? What the hell? I'm not a fan. I don't dislike it, but it's not giving me what I would call my preferred palate. It's doing what Knob Creek itself does, not the one I had at the store. The Knob Creek I had at the store was actually surprisingly sweeter than normal Knob Creeks are to me. And again, what I'm going off of is, the two picks I've had, which is it's Bourbonite pick and a Cappy's one. I don't actually have a 9-year or, anything like that. I don't have the standard releases of Knob Creek, and I probably should, so I can really get a definitive opinion on it, but right now I have just kind of pushed it off a little bit. And again, Whiskey Mountains loves Knob Creek, so if I ever want to have samples of that, I know who to talk to. All out of Makers killed my full proof. Maybe a bottle of 101 for the holidays. Maybe. If you can find a cast strength, as good as the 101 is, and probably easier to find, I am more prone to either Maker's Mark cast strength or the Maker's Mark 46 cast strength, because I try to have those on the shelf all the time. Just for me. Because I'm the only one here, so. Alright, again. Another. I need to actually verbalize what's happening here. This is wild. Okay. There's a nice spice there. But there's something about the initial sip. It does something weird. I'm thinking fungus and mushrooms, so I don't know what that's about. More moss, really. That's a weird taste to have at the beginning. The second half of it is more enjoyable, but there's something extremely bizarre that I haven't had happen to me in quite a while, where the initial taste of it does something absolutely peculiar to my tongue, to my palate, to my taste buds, just to go, no, what is this? Stop. But thankfully it does have a second phase to it where it gets a little spicy. It's not really sweet either. It has a little bit of sweetness to it, but nothing that would be like, yes, vanilla ice cream or caramel fudge or anything like that. It's just spicy and then dry, a little bit dry. Just kind of leaves your palate that way. We want another sip, so I got that going for him. I wonder. Nope, I'm not gonna bother. I'm trying to find a better way to show the viewer what I find out this is, but I can only. It's easier for me to just tell you than try to drag a picture up and put it on the screen. I mean, maybe I'll try it at some point, but it's gonna be something I have to fiddle with beforehand. I didn't do that, not this time. Hanging his I know Zenbu likes rye. but also Scotch, and probably Irish. It keeps doing it. It's getting less and less, but there's something on the initial taste that is almost like it's a distinct wood thing. I'm trying to think of what it could be. It's so wild. I can't think of an exact example in my own life, but I know Rex and Daniel have talked about this wood burning kit. So it's weird. I never had one, but I can think of it as a very distinct burnt wood, and not a great smell. It's like a certain type of wood that is being burned that probably shouldn't be, and is giving off this really weird smell. Except the smell is a taste. And I don't particularly like it. Could it be? I'm now thinking of Long Branch, the Wild Turkey Long Branch. That was mesquite, and I was not a fan of it. It's not something I would ever buy again, personally, unless they do something drastically different with it. Again, that is also, it feels to me like a celebrity bottle because how do I put this? What is his little catchphrase? Wow. Him. Oh, God. Pardon me for screwing up the camera lens. I just have to move around. Right, so dang it. Right? Hanging in if only. Problem with whiskey is there's a lot of it. And the problem with that is that there's also a lot of other hard spirits, which you're going to try, because how are you going to expand your palate with whiskey unless you try everything else? I had a phase where I had absinthe for a bit. I don't mind absinthe, but it has a process that goes along with it, which whiskey does not. Not so much of a process. Yes, corn. Then who doesn't like the corniness of some bourbons? Bourbon will show up? Right, I will not do that. I don't know. I don't even remember who Bourbon is. No offense to them, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm terrible at names. If you have not noticed, I don't think it's mesquite, but it's something. It's something odd. I probably need to expand on my rye category. I'm not going to. I did rye recently, so on one of my November streams? What did I do? I did a Friday Rye Day thing recently, and that was nice to go back into some ryes. Ow. Just turn my hip crack. Ugh. Whoa. This, again, the second half of this is fine. It's spicy, it's a little sweet, a little bit of vanilla. Tongue tingles, you know. But for whatever bizarre reason, there is something at the beginning of this that just is off-putting. Still gonna drink all of this. In fact, I might add water to this to see what it does. But first, I need to know what this is. So, if you have tried this, if you haven't tried this and you have this, again, this is the Whiscord Advent Calendar thing. Turn back now or forever hold your peace, because I can't be held responsible for me telling you what it is if you haven't tried it already. Done. Now I need to open it. Excuse me. Now I need to open up Discord. So I just opened. Corbin Cash Immersed Rye. Fantastic stuff. Sounds good. And you guys are rye lovers. It's hilarious. You're both swooning over ryes. I love it. Where am I going here? All right. The reveal. Uh-oh. There we go. Day 2. You ready? I'm not. Bourbon Barley, hello. Welcome. We're about to reveal what day 2 is. I don't think you have this, but just in case, you've been warned. I don't know what it is. I've been trying it. Watch the replay. It's been 30 minutes, so I figure that's a good... I should find out what this is now. Time. Walk the pug. Hang easy, be well. Watch out, pugs are dangerous. What? Really? What did they do to this thing? Oh. Alright, explain. Explain yourself, bottle. Would have never guessed this, but... Oh, so this must be a place. Okay. Well, that makes a little more sense now. This is another single barrel. I'm gonna have to look at this. The problem with doing it this way is I can't make the picture bigger without a problem. Because it doesn't want to like zoom in on Discord. So I have to save the picture and then open it and then look at it and then tell you, which is complicated, but love where we're going. I would never have expected this, but also I have not had this more than once. And when I did have it, I liked it. But this is a single barrel, which means something's different. And I have questions as to why this is a single barrel. Like, what the hell were you thinking? If it's a store, okay, I understand that. How? I find this hard to believe. I know I picked up day 2. I showed the camera. So that's what it is. Apparently this is Angel's Envy. A specific single barrel selection. Check the side label here. I mean, I haven't had Angel's Envy in a bit, but I know I liked it. So what's happened here? What did they do? What is wrong here? Would explain why I couldn't tell if it was a bourbon at all. Show me the proof. Is it on the front? Oh, I can't even read that. It looks like it's 108 proof, or 54%. Yeah, that checks out. It says Angel's Envy. But a single barrel Angel's Envy, which I definitely have not had before. And I don't think I've ever had Angel's Envy at this proof. I have a special bottle of my own, which is behind me. Hold on. Where are you? So this is mine. Again, this is when I hit 500 subs. So it's donated by John McElwain. Again, thank you, John. But this one is at 43.3, so this is a significant difference in proof. But it's the same thing. But how? So what I'll do, is that what it is? It's got to be the port. There's nothing else I can think of that would have done that weirdness to me. But I can say, is port a red wine? I feel like it is. I don't want to say any certainties because my brother's the one who deals with wine, not me. I'm fairly certain port is a... I might be thinking of something else. Is port the one that's a heavy alcohol wine? Or am I thinking of something else? I feel like I'm thinking of something else. Or not. Again, I don't do wine. There's white port also. All right. So I don't know which one they used. My feeling is it's red because I do not like red wine. Red wines. And that's a very broad statement. I will try a red wine, but for the most part, I have not enjoyed most of them. There have been a few I like, but I think it had something to do with the tannins or the something about the tannicness of it aggravates this. I mean, whiskey does as well, but not quite the same. And something about the way it feels on my tongue. So the palate of red wines feels really weird. Fortified red wine. Okay, that's what I figured that was. But again, I don't want to say it's this when I'm going. I think I know what I think it is, but I love how confident I am in what I'm talking about. White port finish. Huh. I have to inquire about it because just again, I have the pictures myself, and it just tells me it's a pick by R/Bourbon, established in 2010. So I guess it's a group. It does have the 2s next to it, so this is definitely number 2. But it's a private select, and there's something incredibly weird about it. Now, I'm perfectly fine with the bottle of the Angel's Envy port I have, but again, it's a lower proof, which is the only explanation I can think of that would bring in this extremely strange initial hit. No. Yeah. No. No. It should not have been a barrel pick. I don't like saying that, but as far as my palate goes, if I drank this and they're like, would you like to pick this barrel? I would go, absolutely not. The second half of it's okay. The first part of it is weird. So if you like weird whiskey, sure. You can pick this and be like, it's weird, isn't it? It's like, yes, absolutely weird. Agreed. I'm going to drink the rest of this, though. But I'm going to add some water to it. Tone it down, maybe see if something about the proof is making it weird for me. I could be making it worse, by the way. Don't worry. Again, this is just tap water. One of these days, I'm going to remember to add, I should probably use Evian water. Put it in here and just save that. But this is just regular tap water. So it's not the best to use officially. But I don't care. I drink the Evian water. I use the other water for everything. I drank all my Evian water. Big shock. I like it. But it is expensive. 1, 2. That's the only reason I like to say I have bougie tastes. I drink expensive French Alp water, and I like it. It's very clean to me. I know they advertise that, but to me, I can tell for certain that after I drink the Evian water and then I drink my tap water, I can tell there's something different about my tap water, we'll say. The minerality of it becomes a little more apparent, and the chlorine. I can tell there's chlorine being used in it. It's weird. But thankfully, if I don't drink Evian water very often, or that day, no problem. I won't know. Like right now. Let's see. No, not really. Not as if I had just been drinking Evian water. Okay, palate has been cleansed. 2 drops of water have been added. We're going to see if this does things and makes it better or makes it somehow worse, which I hope not. Again, I'm very surprised that this is a Angel's Envy at a higher proof that tastes so weird initially. Again, this initial taste that's weird. That second half of it is okay. It's fine. It's nice and spicy, a little sweet, but nothing like what I have in the bottle behind me, which is again lower proof, not a pick. It doesn't taste like this. I was concerned for a moment, thinking that was a Angel's Envy Rye, because I've had the Angel's Envy Rye once at a bar with good company, and that was nice, but not like this. This is not the rye. This is their bourbon finished in port, and it's a bit wild. I actually tamped down on both of them. So that initial note that I don't like, which I have to attribute to the port finish, because I don't know what else to attribute it to. If it's a bourbon and a port finish, and the port part is an influence, and I don't like wines usually, ports probably not. And it's giving me such a, like, you watched this happen, and I have very notable, like, reaction to it. I'm not spitting it out, thankfully, but it's still weird. It's making my nose run. What the hell? Don't do that. That was not pleasant. The nose of it's improved a little bit with water as well. So that's nice. Zen Boot, should I just keep this? Like, if you're going to keep doing what I think you're going to do, like, go up every day, I'm going to have 25 of these at the end. That'll be hilarious. I will happily leave it, because I think that'll be funny. If that's what you're going to do, you do not have to do that. But it's day 2, and you've done it twice, so I'm going to assume you're going to do it forever. The rest of the month. You do not have to. But that'd be funny, because I just have a pile of little tokeny things in there. No. Why must you be like this? I have questions. I have some very distinct questions as to why there's such a weird initial taste that I do not enjoy. And the more I drink it, the more since I know what it is now, and since I'm not a huge fan of wine, red wine in particular, if this is a red wine port finish, and I'm getting some kind of strange like grape peel vibe from it, and that's it. I mean, no sweetness of the grape, just the grape peel itself, which is not pleasant. Like a bunch of them, you just went, bleh. No, that's what is the visceral mental image I'm having here is just, it's almost bitter. And not in a good way, not like bitters, but it just is kind of not pleasant thing. Yes, Zenbit, I realized once I was talking about the donation there, I realized, you know what I did forget? I forgot to pin the initial thing. I'll do it if I can remember to do it. That's one of the only, not issue, but one thing I'm not happy about when trying to set up streams is that I can't have anything automatically pinned. I have to physically go in, scroll down to the doobly-doo, which is down there. That's what it's officially called, don't ask me why. Copy, paste, I have to put some silly, sketchy words here. How about 'tis the season? 'Tis the season. Oh wait, can I do this? I don't know if this will work, but this will be a good one. No! I know it's in there. There we go. Do this. 'Tis the season, do that. Do this. Paste. So I have to go through this whole process every time just to pin the comment for, again, for the convenience that I believe everyone here wants, of just having the option to donate directly without having to go down and see what the hell it is. But it does. There's no option to automatically do that. So that's the annoying part. And what I really should do is just copy paste that and leave it somewhere on a note. But I don't, because that's, again, I would have to think about that ahead of time. I'm really good at that, for the record. All right. No. I'm going to drink the rest of this. But at least in this regard, for whoever went about picking this, no. However, again, I think this is because of my dislike of red wines. Possibly if this was a red wine port finished. Maybe the higher proof does something that makes it weird, because I only add a couple drops of water it was a little more tolerable. I'm gonna add 2 more drops of it just to see see what's going on, see if it changes anything, and if it's just a lower proof, maybe takes off that bitter, weird, whatever the hell that is at the beginning that I don't like. Would be nice, because if I can get rid of that, this is probably going to be very enjoyable. But I don't find it very complex. It's like the first note, and then a little sweet, a little spicy, and that's it. And then there's this the very long finish. Like the finish of this is permanent. It is just sticking around. Oh yes, and before I forget, I already have, but boop, do the thing. Do I have the scroll? Yes. Give me the whiskey and happy holidays. So I officially said I was going to put it up there, but I haven't. I haven't kept it there. Get back there. Let's see what's going on. So I will try in the future, when my streams are not being off kilter, to add the. And I think I will keep that "'Tis the Season" and the Flying Cash thing, because that is true. 'Tis the season for all your money to disappear. Not necessarily to me, but to whiskey. Buying whiskey at this time of year is a big deal. And to the consumerism of the holiday, which is just to buy things for people that they probably don't really want. And thankfully with my family, I've told them, don't buy me anything. Give me the money, and I will figure it out. If I want to buy bottles of whiskey, I'll buy. Gift cards are okay, but very specific. Starbucks, liquor stores I go to, that kind of thing. Okay. But you can also just give me the money, because that doesn't require you doing anything. Cool Runnings, hello. Cheers. Welcome to this, where I find a whiskey that I don't give me easy money. Yes. I'll put that on a shirt. Instead of give me easy whiskey, give me easy money. Plenty of people want to buy that shirt, which will make even more sense, because maybe I can say give me easy money, or give me dat money. Maybe DAT sounds better than ZE, because give me easy whiskey rolls off the tongue. Give me easy money doesn't, so maybe give me dat money. And then on the back it'll say, so I can buy more whiskey. It requires me making a whole new shirt, so I'm not going to try to remember that. That's an idea. Give me that money so I can buy more whiskey. Kind of like that. And of course, Bourbon had an early recommendation for my channel, which has been done, so I didn't do it. But I believe it was something about free mustache rides. I think I forgot Bourbon. If you're still here, Tom McKellen, give me easy money for the whiskey. Yeah, it almost works. I had that double Z in there, but I feel I like that, like the front and the back. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it, but thought. Or, one thing I have liked doing, if you haven't noticed, I like using emotes, or as I like to think of them as modern day hieroglyphics, emotes. So it would be give me the, and then the money symbol, like the little flying money thing. For the, there's no whiskey bottle emote, is there? There's just the tumbler. Which, is close. I'm happy to use a general emote for things, because then you don't have to worry about copyright. Although, I don't know, emotes could be copyrighted, I'm not sure. I know the YouTube ones probably are. This is, what is this, brainstorming? We're doing brainstorming now for t-shirt designs. Ooh. Shush! I know it's 10 of. Thank you, Watch. I appreciate that. So as far as day 2, although the color of it looks amazing, I have to say the port finish influence on this, not a thing I like. and I don't know why, since I do generally have an enjoyment of the regular Angel's Envy port finish, and I've had the Angel's Envy Rye, which I also enjoyed, which was a higher finish, but I don't remember if that was port finished, and I also don't remember, maybe it's the fact that it was rye that made a difference. It was weird. Everything's been weird tonight. I can't remember if I added more water. I don't think I did. Jeez. Go away. That weird initial... Blah. I'm really worried about if I'm gonna suddenly start bringing it out more by accident, adding all this water. An unfortunate dram, but also happy to try it. But again, I have questions for the people who picked this. I'm gonna look into it again on the Discord, the Whiscord, which just told me what it was. I'm just going, no. If it was specifically picked to be weird, sure, but no, that is not what I'm looking for out of my picks. I want a pick to be interesting and complex and delicious. Not too complicated, you know. I don't want to have to get lost in it. That's what I thought. I didn't think it was port finish, but rum cask finish are also ones I'm a little leery of. However, I remember having the Angel's Envy Rye and going, yes, because I feel like the sweetness of the rye complements sweetness of the rum complements the rye. The spicy and the sweet can mix together very well. And I'd like a bottle of that someday, but no. If you know how much Angel's Envy itself costs, you'll know why. And as I said, I have enough bottles to deal with at the moment. Future wish list. Wish list? Wish list. With that, we're coming up on the last 10 minutes of the stream. Temperatures plummet tonight. Thank you, random temperature thing on my computer, for distracting me with that. Keep in mind this will keep happening. I am looking forward to tomorrow. Again, I have so many whiskeys to try. I'll have to talk with my other whiskey somm folk, find out what they thought about these as they try them, because this one was real weird. Not necessarily bad, but definitely not in something I would call good. If the initial hit like that is so off-putting, let me try this. Try pretzel. See if that does anything. Hold on. I'm saying tune in tomorrow, but the weekends I don't really do anything, he said, laughingly. Oh, I should pay my rent. That's what I should do tomorrow. Actually, that might have to wait until Monday. I don't know if I'm going to have enough money in my bank account to pay rent yet. We'll see. But tomorrow, 7 p.m. is when I plan to go live. Same thing goes for Sunday. Same thing goes for Monday. Not for Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be Tuesday is of all this month. So that'll be what? When is Christmas this year? Let's see, so that means the 6th, the 13th, the 20th, and that's it. So 3 of them will not be at 7 p.m. They will likely be either... Nope, they'll be later. So very likely those will be 8 p.m. this week, or this month. What day is it? So keep that in mind. The rest of them are defaultily, there's a word, 7 p.m. Just keep that in mind. And even those are not guaranteed. Like tonight, for example. The plan was 7 p.m., but life and complications. And it turned out to be a good thing, because even though everything got a little weird and wild, I got to try Knob Creek Pick that I wouldn't have been able to try if I hadn't gone anywhere, because the guy would not have been there on a Friday night handing out samples of it. And I got to try it. And I hope to try it again, maybe. Again, $65 is not... As my pinned comment will say, 'tis the season to not have any money in your pocket. And with the past few months of Texas, Kentucky, and then... Well, no, I guess Kentucky was also kind of in November. Or was that October? Lots of whiskey was bought, was my point. So we're pumping the brakes really hard about anything else. Even if I see them on the shelf. I might tell people I see them. One thing I'm happy to say here is that if you are on my Instagram and see me post something and say, oh my gosh, if only I would buy that, email me. Let me know, because maybe something can be arranged. I'm not trying to buy all the bottles in the world right now. In fact, I'm giving a few away. I still have to get in touch with other people who have won from the raffle, the big, very successful GoFundMe, thanks to all of you. Surprise. All the money has gone through to Mom and Pop KillCo as far as I know of today. But I don't know if GoFundMe's weird. I don't know how it works, but most of it has already gone to Mom and Pop KillCo. I think it's done. The ability to donate is no longer there. I think I finished that yesterday. I think I turned that option off. And I'm going to try to get in contact with some other people who donated, because a fair amount of names that popped up, I wasn't quite sure who they were, but I think I've gotten in touch with most of the people who I can. I have the info for most of the people who I can easily get in touch with. So there's at least 2 or 3 or 4 people who won who are just... I've sent out the notice, I posted on the platform, and I posted on Facebook saying, hey, these names, get in touch. Haven't heard anything, so I'm going to have to try a little harder to get in touch with them to find out if they even want it. I think the ones I have to deal with specifically are good. It's just a matter of me getting them out, which I think I will try to do next week. Knock on wood. But it is one of the reasons I don't do big giveaways. It is very complicated to get in touch with everyone who's donated when there are so many people. I think the total was 69 people donated, which is incredible, because some of you are bonkers. Scotch samples went out. Excellent, Sugar Kitty. I did pull a new name, but it was just another name where I'm like, I don't know who this is. So I have to go back to the GoFundMe, specifically comment on those people who donated saying, hey, please get in touch. You won, but there's no guarantee they'll see it. So I don't know. Again, I don't know what to do at that point. Zenwood, thank you. Again, I hope that will tentatively, November will be a big month for this channel as far as trying to raise money for pancreatic cancer research. And maybe, again, to help Mom and Papa KillCo out. I don't know. Wishful thinking is that he'll be cancer-free as of next year. But nothing is certain in this world, so we will see. At any rate, I would be interested in donating something to PanCan in the future on a regular yearly basis. And there's always the Vlog Brothers. The Pizza Miss is a big thing I'm trying to promote. And the Partners in Health is also something I'm trying to promote as far as donating. I'm helping in what way I can, and that is with the Awesome Coffee Club. I'll be getting coffee soon, I hope. I'm all out right now to help with that process at least. Sugar Kitty, I shall do so. Again, the hard part about doing donations like this at this level is people will be using the real names and not the screen names, and I won't always know who to get in touch with, so we'll see. I'll go back to the GoFundMe and send a few messages and cross my fingers, because I can't do anything. Like, I can't be like, it doesn't, GoFundMe doesn't give me email addresses or anything. It just has names, and all I can do is post a thank you. So I will have to post in the thank you area, hey, by the way. It does complicate things, but only in a good way, because hopefully some of the people who have one don't want it, and if they don't, I can re-roll. And maybe someone who does want it will win it, so that'd be cool. So a lot of things are still up in the air. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you for participating, joining, thumbing, liking, subscribing, sharing. Keeping me going is what we'll say. And you will be seeing a lot of me this month. Hopefully we'll get those watch hours up. Yeah. And maybe we'll hit 1,000 subscribers. Maybe. But with that, as always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. They'll see you out there. Thank you for joining me at KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the link